Whoops. Alright, hey guys. Let's see if you guys can get a good view here. What's going on? So, man, this video is going to be all crooked, isn't it? I know, setting up is hard. Okay, so guys, I bought this cheapy cast iron griddle at Walmart because I needed one. And I tried cooking on it. I tried cooking eggs on it, and I just fried some bacon on it to see if that would help. It did not help at all. It is so rough, it wouldn't take a good season. Everything was sticking to it, and when I used my spatula, it was dragging. So I started sanding it already, and I didn't think about, well, I might make a decent video. People might want to see how to do that. So old cast iron is what they call machine polished, which means when you get it, it's smooth, like that. There's not a rough edge. You go to the store nowadays and buy cast iron, and it's rough. It's got all these edges on it from the casting process, and they don't polish it off anymore. So, if you get it like that, it still works. It's nothing bad about it, except this was really, really exceptionally rough. And I couldn't quite get it to work right. And like I said, I already started sanding it. You can see it's starting to turn the silver color. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys it's easy. Any cast iron you get, if it's cheap, look, it says China right here. Oh, you guys can't see that. It says China right there. Cheapy cast iron. There's nothing wrong with it, though. It's still cast iron. But all you got to do to make it usable, besides this stupid emblem, I don't know why you put that on a flat surface. I'll have to hand polish that or use some other tools. But I have a 1/3 sheet power sander, which by the way I thought was stolen, and you just sand this down till it's smooth. You should start with 40 grit and move up from there until it's good and smooth. It doesn't have to be like, shiny. It just needs to be smooth to the touch, so that once you season it, it takes a good season and things come off of it. Because I tried to cook an egg on this and I couldn't get it off there. And you'll see it's a very messy process. You're going to turn gray and black. So it's as easy as doing this. Getting the corners isn't near as important for me. Alright, so I'm not going to continue to film all of that, but that's the basic process. You're going to sand it down. You're going to clean it off every so often to get some of the metal gunk off of there. I'm not going to sand this down because this is just a grease catch. And I'm not going to sand down this side because it doesn't need it. I don't use anything that's going to stick there, just meat. And meat should come off pretty nicely. But you do want to get these edges so that nothing sticks there too much. Those shouldn't be as much of a problem as the flat surface. And some people swear that you can get just fine with a rough surface as well. But maybe they're just more knowledgeable than me. Like I said, this is going to take a good long while. So I'm going to have to sand this down and change pads and move out. It does take quite a bit of time. But once it's smooth, man, you can cook. You get it good and seasoned, or some butter on there. You can crack an egg and just tilt the pan and it'll slide right off. Great. And there's none of the chemicals like in Teflon, and I don't even know what's in other stuff nowadays. But this will last forever. This pan's like 100 years old. It got forgot about and dirty. And I can't even see what it says on there anymore. It says something on the back. Case something. I don't know. Maybe I'll clean that up and see. Alright. So that's the basics. of why I'm... Also, hey, it's going to be warm, so it's actually warm right now. I'm in a t-shirt. Got my River Rat Skippy shirt on. Woohoo! But I'm going to sand this down, and this will be used in a lot more future videos, catching cooks, which, if all goes well, I'll do one tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But if not, stuff happens. Also, I've been doing more research on the wild edibles in my area besides dandelions and the wood sorrel and all the normal things. I mean, like, you can get cattails, and there's something called a stinging nettle, and it's horribly terrible to touch, but once you boil it off, it doesn't sting you anymore. It actually tastes kind of like spinach, like boiled spinach, and it's good to eat and make tea out of it and other things. But if you touch it while it's raw, it's got these little fine hairs. They look just like just fuzz, almost like mold fuzz, it looks like. And if you touch it, you'll break out in a rash. I'm going to show you guys that, just to show you once it starts growing what that rash looks like. Because I have a buddy who's allergic to it. I'm not allergic to it, but it'll leave a pretty nasty burn. And it lasts for, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, and it goes away. Now, my buddy, on the other hand, we smacked him with some being mean, and he swelled up and looked pretty terrible for a while. So be careful if you ever mess with it, because it is dangerous. But we're going to sand the cast iron down. I got a few other things I got to sand down, a few other projects to work on, and then we'll see what happens. All right, guys. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alrighty. So, it's coming really smooth. I said that you didn't have to have a mirror polish, but I went ahead and I've been sanding it down pretty darn smooth. I mean, this thing, you can't tell. Listen. There's still pits in it, but compared to what it was, like this side, you can hear the difference. Well, you can see the difference even on the camera. How pitted and rough that is compared to this. Sounds completely different. Now, it's been a little more of a pain. I had to switch from this sander. I had changed pads to my little Rockwell Sonocraft thing, little pulsating sander. And this thing works great. You can see it. You can see how that really digs in. And this thing, I was very focused on getting it very smooth because of the divot here. I don't like that. So I'm going to continue polishing until it's pretty darn smooth. Right now, I think if I were to season that up, you can even see my reflection. I think I'm going to continue to polish it up and just see what we can get out of it. I've got a lot of tools. You can do this by hand, by the way. You can just take regular, I had the piece of sandpaper out. Anyhow, you can take regular piece of sandpaper and just do it by hand. It will take forever. Not literally forever, but it takes a long time. But you can do it. So that's one way to do it if you really don't have tools. I have a lot of tools I've collected over a long time. I used to be a carpenter, so I just bought a lot of tools over the years. It seems like I have a better tool for this, but I can't find it. And it's actually a circular palm sander that it really digs in, but I haven't seen that thing in years. I think I loaned it to somebody and never got it back. So I might have to go pick a new one up. There's a helicopter flying by. That's a little weird. Helicopters never fly by here. They're after me. All right, well, I'm going to continue to polish this up, and we'll be doing some good catching cooks hopefully soon. Like I said, hopefully tomorrow, which for you guys might be a couple days. I'm uploading this video the same night I've recorded it. This is Wednesday, the 11th, here in Indiana, U.S., and it is 9:15 right now, so it's getting kind of late. It's already dark outside, as you can see. My wife had to take my daughter to the doctor. Turns out she has strep throat. That's why she was so sick. She's been very sick. So that's going to be fun. So we're going to really hope that I don't get it because I hate being sick. I hate it. Oh, also, someone wanted me to do a political video. No, it's not going to happen. I don't I don't voice my opinion on politics because I hate politics. I hate all politics. I just kind of keep my nose out of it. I go to the voting booth and do my thing, but I'm not going to get on here and tell you that Trump's an asshole or that Hillary's the devil or that Bernie's great or horrible or anything. No, Bernie's I just don't get into it. I don't really think Bernie's great, by the way. Don't think that I say that. I think all politics suck, and if you want to know my opinion, you should watch the show called Parks and Recreation and get Ron Swanson's opinion of the government. That's pretty well where I'm at. I hate them, and I can't stand them, any of them. I think that the government's stupid. I think it's been ruined over the past long time. I wouldn't even take a guess on how many years it's been. But I'm not getting into politics because I don't like politics. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's all a joke. That's about as far into it as I'm going to get. So anyhow, I'm going to continue working on this, and hopefully I'll have some good food to show you guys and some nature stuff. Man, it's warm. It's like I'm in my coat right now. That's just because it's getting nighttime. It's about 50, probably near 60 degrees. Still decent out. And tomorrow it's supposed to be like 73, and then Friday it's supposed to be 75. So I'm going to go out and do some stuff. All right, guys. I think there's a car in my driveway. So I'm going to go check that out. But anyhow, you guys have a good one. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. See you guys later. I forgot to tell you guys, when you're going to season it, I already did it. I didn't think about recording it. All you got to do is some leftover bacon grease. And I like to use bacon grease. It's just personal opinion. You can use olive oil, vegetable oil, whatever you want. But you turn your burners on until it gets really hot. I washed it first, washed it with soap and water, which I know a lot of people say you're not supposed to do, but I had to get all the gunk off it after it was done. And you can see it's not perfect. There's still pits in it, but they're smooth. I'm not going to touch it. It's really hot. But so you get it really, really hot, really hot. And you pour the grease on there. I use a paper towel and I paint it all over the surface, all over even the outside. And like really, really hot, like smoking, just to the point of smoking. And I shut the heat off and you let it just sit there. And I leave the extra oil on there. That's personal preference. It doesn't really matter. I also just don't feel like messing with a burning hot piece of iron. But just take a paper towel, just regular, nothing fancy, and you just paint it on there all across, getting all the little crevices, make sure it's good and oiled, and then heat it until it smokes, and shut it off. And what that does is it gets down I don't know if this is factual, someone can correct me if they want, but from what I've heard, basically like the molecules of the metal open just a little bit, and that oil seeps down into there, but it creates a real good season. And I'll have to do this a couple more times. And then you use it all the time. Just use the cast iron with oil, and it'll be non-stick as can be. I made some goulash earlier. I'm going to pack that for my lunch. That's why it's still on the stove. But you can see like this skillet, I use a lot of cast iron, by the way. It's got that nice, nothing sticks to it, except on the sides it sticks a little. But that's because I had to wash this one. It had some gunk on it. And I hadn't seasoned it properly. That's my fault. But nothing really sticks to where the seasoning is. It just, I'm saying that and I got sticky stuff. But it just, of course, it's also cold right now, so all the oil's congealed. That could be part of it. But you get that hot and it just, see, it just comes right off. That's why cast iron is naturally non-stick. That oil builds up on there and it works great. And I've got my little, I use a lot of cast iron, by the way, a little cast iron egg cooker back there. I thing works great. And I'll tell you what, these little ones, these come with what is that? Like an instant cookie, not instant, but it's a cookie. You make a little cookie in it. I got 2 of them. I buy them for my wife every Christmas. Not the pans, but they come with pan. Then you mix it up and add a little cookie thing to it. But you can see how I got this one. I actually took my Dremel to it. I'm trying not to touch it and look through the screen at the same time. But I smoothed out the edge on this because it was a sharp edge. And just in case, I didn't want anything to stick to it. So I took my Dremel with a grinder bit, and I just kind of smoothed it out a little. It could be better. It's not perfect. If I had my palm sander, the little one, I could really polish that down even better. I didn't get into this corner. It wouldn't come off, and I just got kind of tired. But that's not a big deal. I got all the big bumps smoothed out. And now it's seasoned, and we'll cook eggs on it tomorrow probably. All right, guys. Have a good night. See you guys.